El Manan, the merciful God, have mercy on the wounded soul and shape our suffering into sacred trust under your care. When pain darkens the body and silence surrounds the soul, help me remain faithful. Let my breath be prayer, my wounds be altars, and my silence be filled with trust. Yehovah Elohi El Manan, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Please fill me and lead me and cover me and stir me and speak through me with your Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness and humility to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts and mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Hand, behold, now, behold. Job, chapter 2. Another day came when the sons of Elohim came to serve Yehovah, and among them came the adversary to serve Yehovah. Yehovah asked the adversary, "Where are you coming from?" The adversary answered Aleph Tav Yehovah, "From roaming through the earth, wandering here and there." Yehovah asked the adversary, "Did you notice my servant, Job? That there's none like him on earth, a blameless and upright man who fears Elohim and shuns evil, and that he still holds on to his integrity, even though you provoked me against him to destroy him for no reason." The adversary answered Aleph Tav Yehovah, "Skin for skin. A person will give up everything he has to save his life. But if you reach out your hand and touch his flesh and bone, without doubt he'll curse you to your face." Yehovah said to the adversary, "Here, he is in your hands. Accept Aleph Tav, that you are to spare his life." Then the adversary went out from the presence of Yehovah and struck Aleph Tav, Job, down with horrible infected sores from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head. He took a piece of a broken pot to scratch himself and sat down in the pile of ashes. His wife asked him, "Why do you still hold on to your integrity? Curse Elohim and die." But he answered her, "You're talking like a low-class woman. Are we to receive Aleph Tav the good at Elohim's hand, at his hands, but reject Aleph Tav the bad?" In all this, Job did not say one sinful word. Now when Aleph Tav, Job's 3 friends, heard all the calamities that had overwhelmed him, they all came. Each came from his own home. Eliphaz from Timam, Bildad from Shauch, and Zophar from Naamah. They had agreed to meet together in order to come and offer him sympathy and comfort. When they saw him, Aleph Tav, from a distance, they couldn't even recognize him. They wept aloud, tore their coats, and threw dust over their heads toward heaven. Then they sat down with him on the ground for 7 days and 7 nights. No one spoke a word to him, because they saw how much he was suffering. At length, Aleph Tav, Job broke the silence and cursed Aleph Tav the day of his birth. How can we learn to love our Creator from reading this fascinating 2nd chapter of Job? We can love Yehovah by enduring affliction without accusation or curse. Love Yehovah by holding on to integrity when nothing makes sense. Love Yehovah by trusting his goodness beyond our comprehension of justice. How can we love our neighbors as Yeshua loves us? By refusing to abandon or curse those who are suffering. Instead, by sitting with them in compassion. How can we bear one another's burdens? By offering presence, not platitudes, and staying near when pain drives others into isolation. What are the top 3 fruits of the Spirit found? 1. Patience. Job waited silently in agony, refusing to lash out at Jehovah. 2. Gentleness. He responded to his wife's bitterness with restraint and clarity, not cruelty. 3. Kindness. His friends began in silence, honoring grief without commentary. What is the Hebrew word that encapsulates this chapter? Ni'amah. Ni'aman. Reference Job 2 verse 3. Anchor sentence. Ni'aman reveals that the truest faith is not measured by blessings received, but by loyalty in loss, pain, and silence. In Amplified Meaning, through chaos, divine strength sustains life. True faith is hidden but enduring. How can we find Yeshua in the scriptures? Job 2 verse 3. Like Job, Yeshua was affirmed as righteous by the Father before facing trial. Job 2 verse 6. He is in your hands, only preserve his life. Parallels Pilate's reluctant handling over of Yeshua. Job 2 verse 10. Job's submission to suffering echoes Yeshua's cup-bearing surrender in Gethsemane. Job 2 verse 13. The silent presence of Job's friends mirrors the stunned silence at the cross. Mitzvah response, Torah base. Mitzvah. Leviticus 19 verse 18. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. A response might look like this. I will offer compassion without correction today, and sit with those in pain as Yeshua does with me. Hebrew declaration. Ach le'Elohim dumiyah nafshi ki mimnu tashuati. Truly my soul waits in silence for Elohim. My salvation comes from him. Source Psalm 62 verse 1. This verse captured the sacred stillness of Job 2. A man in physical torment, holding his tongue in reverent silence, waiting on Yehovah without explanation or rescue, yet not letting go. We'll end this Friday night Shabbat with the Arianic blessing using the name. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being towards you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Shabbat Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.